Let's start with what everyone's dying to hear, which is how did you beat Sully, a professional driver in a Racino F1 race?
I think like sometimes pride got to him a little bit too much. And I make a mistake because I did not check the weather. It was raining. And Solly saw like, oh, it was raining. So instantly he go and uses like a wet tire. But what he did not know is that, because it's a game simulator, they actually set the temperature really high. So even though it's raining, but maybe the rain dry up a little bit and wets doesn't really matter. So I didn't care too much. I was using like normal tires and guys, I bet it.
Hello, everyone. I'm here with Puke Rainbow, the founder and host of Pukecast and the head of Rug Radio Asia. Puke is working towards building a thriving Web3 community across Asia through great content and media that empowers artists, builders, and communities. Thank you for joining us at NFTVerse today, Puke.
Yo, happy to do this, bro.
Can you tell us a bit more about your work at Pukecast and Rug Radio and some of your goals and maybe your mission for the months ahead?
So like I started out doing Twitter Spaces, I would say 2 years ago. Doing different types of Twitter Spaces. During that time, it's like just interviewing one by one. Every time when people start Spaces, the first question they ask me is like, why you start, right? During that time, it's like Spaces in exchange for whitelists. I think that was like a crazy meta. So I started out doing those kind of stuff and then trying to improve, doing panel style, doing like, gathering up different types of people as my so-called Pukecast crew so that we have like different synergy, different characters and stuff like that. And I think about a year ago, I joined into Rug Radio. Just apply for it. During that time, they did like this whole NFT meme. They were really trending as like, how great it is that I could be a Rug Radio creator. And fast forward, this year officially we are coined the Rug Radio Asia. So we handle the whole expansion of Asia. This fast forward, right now we have 7 different teams. We have covering China, Chinese language, Vietnam, Thai, Indonesia, Japan, Korea, and slowly expanding to all Asian countries. So what we do essentially in Pukecast is we handle distribution to Asia. Meaning that a project that comes over and say, hey, Puke, I need distribution to general Asia or particular to maybe some emerging countries for GameFi like China, Philippines, Vietnam, Thai. So we do like bilingual Twitter Spaces because a lot of times a lot of the content or even the people, the real, I would say, Web 2, Web 3 people that are new to the space, the ones that the real users, they aren't really in Twitter, right? They have their own, private WeChat group, Telegram group. If it's in Thailand, it's line chat. If it's in, Korea, it's Kakao Talk. So a lot of these people actually don't live on Twitter. And we have all of these crazy, different groups on the back end. So what we do really is, to bring out the message to all of these, people and say, hey, this is the project. They want to come into, for example, Philippines. And then we will have like all of the top, Philippine community member to give them exposure, run campaigns and stuff like that. Yeah.
Why is Asia such an exciting place to be for Web3?
Asian is where the users are. People are a little bit more excited to get exposure to new stuff, new narrative, and even like your wins or your profit in Asia means so much more compared to people in US and Europe, right? Just because of the currency. So it's a huge, so every small win is huge for Asia. And you just imagine big wins, man. It could cover, their down payment for the house, their down payment for the car and stuff like that. So it's really an interesting, time where Asia be like, all right, I'm hungry to find what's next for me.
For game studios that are developing in Web3, would you be able to provide like any alpha or secret sauce in terms of like building a community in Web3?
Yeah, for sure, bro. The secret sauce. Oh man, you got me all juiced up. But right now, I feel like the secret sauce is always going to be come to Asia. Just choose like the few countries that I talk about, set up a booth, and you see amazing stuff. So like oftentimes the impact is where you come to a country, You create an in real life event, and you really onboard like the normal people that comes. Like they just heard, okay, it's going to be an esport event. You don't have to really say that it's a Web3 event, right? It's this game. Try it out. Oh shit, people like it. You come, people talk about the game, people try it out, they approach their friends, and that is how you have, for example, your private Vietnam or Thailand Telegram chat that people just come in, introduce people, and you get the thing snowballing. So I would say the real alpha is really to come to this Asia country, set up a huge campaign or activation that will be good.
So what's the Rug Radio Asia strategy for community growth over the coming months and years?
You're asking me some alpha, man.
Yeah, I need
for us, like I've been talking about Tan, right? So we've been building both sides. We have the business side where we have 300 plus creators. There will be a new platform coming out, and all of these creators will be onboarded into the platform. It's more towards like building up different types of social engagement, farming kind of stuff. And on the right side, which is the community building, like I said, we will be building mostly on Telegram. We will deploy different types of like NFTs, different types of community engagement, getting people to join in, because I think right now is a good time to build on Tan. And just using it, seeing how seamless it is. For example, having a lot in a group chat, you can have like different types of channel, getting people to subscribe on your email list, then they just wake up and check their ping every day. Like everything is all in one app. I think that is the powerful, because we look at, for example, China with WeChat, getting a cap, doing payment, having different types of group chat, checking out all of these different types of apps. Everything is done on WeChat. It's super powerful. You don't have to go onto email. You don't have to do all of these crazy things. So it's already workable model in China in WeChat, but as right now with Telegram, it's like general, the whole country, right? So just imagine how powerful that will be if everything is on this one super app, and then people just get access everywhere they go. So yeah, so we will be focusing a lot on building on Tan as well.
How would you compare like the media space overall in Web3 to the media space in Web2?
One ethos of Rug Radio is called Decentralized Media, right? So what Decentralized Media is that it's not controlled by one entity. So when we look at Web2 media, for example, the writing content, the style, the writer, everything is controlled by the organization, whereby they choose what content to push out. Rug Radio is different because the creator has the power, and we don't really need to consult back to the main team, right? So for example, I'm a GameFi guy. I host like daily shows whereby I find the hottest pick and I just announce it, and it's supported by Rug Radio. And we have like 70 types of different creators. All of them has the free will or free speech to talk about what they like. So you get like diversity content of like, for me, it's more towards Asia content. I like to cover what's hype in Asia. And then we get, for example, different guys that like to talk about DeFi. They like to talk about music NFTs. They like to talk about all of this different stuff. And I saw like, moving forward, that is how it should be, right? A central brand that supports all the creators, and the creators go out and create the content that they love without being controlled. And the main brand could support them, retweet, do thread, push out, do videos, bring opportunities, bring sponsorship and stuff. And then the creator right now is like a brand that they work on themselves, right? So just imagine, we are not getting like a monthly salary because I'm building my own brand and Rug Radio is giving me sponsorship. So I'm actually having a business of my own. In the end of the day, if I decided to leave, I bring my whole branding with me. So that is really the ethos of decentralized media.
So yeah, for the people watching, where can they find you and learn more about Pukecast and Rug Radio Asia?
Everything we do right now, we try to centralize it on Pukecast. So like different types of content and all of those updates, just go on to Twitter, Pukecast, which is Pukecast. There you will find everything that is happening.
Awesome. Well, thank you once again for a look into everything you're working on. Definitely some exciting times ahead. And yeah, we're very excited about seeing what we can do together at NFTVerse. Thank you, Puke.
Thank you, bro.